Hello. Hi, Tracy. How are you?
Hi, Sarah. I assume we're live now, or
We are live, and I'm so glad you're here today for a live beading party with our Chocolate Kiss Design Kit. Thank you for rescheduling when we forgot to send you your kit.
Oh, that's okay. Was that supposed to have been last week? Things were a disaster here last week anyway. But I've been so good, Sarah, that I haven't even eaten my chocolate kiss.
Ooh, perfect.
How amazing is that?
Treat after when you do a good job, right?
Yeah, right. It's a reward.
Oh, awesome.
So yes, thank you so much for sending the kit and for inviting me on.
Absolutely. So I'm Sarah Ayler from softluxcompany.com. This is Tracy Proctor from TierraCast.
Hello, everyone.
And we are excited because we have a big launch happening today with brand new parts from our friends at TierraCast. They're calling it their Faith line, and it is a lot of different components that are absolutely stunning. I've got a few of them here. I know Tracy has probably all of them there in her little.
I've got a few we can show if you decide you want me to do that. Sure.
Yeah, definitely. And then we have sent Tracy one of our Chocolate Kiss design kits. Unfortunately, the kit is sold out. However, we do have plenty of the bead mixes left that are in the kit, as well as a beautiful Softluxe trio that matches them. So you can probably make something pretty close to what Tracy ends up making today. She hasn't opened her kit, so she's taking.
We don't know what's going to happen.
She's taking the True Live Challenge today, and we'll open it up with us and be making something. If you love this kit, you can also check out our Wonderland Design Kit, which will be for next month. I think I reveal it next Wednesday. And then that kicks off everyone designing with it for several weeks in March. So that's coming up soon. You can get that at softluxcompany.com. Yay, I see all of our friends showing up. Leah made it live. So good to see you. I can't even catch your comments. You guys are going so fast here.
Yeah, I see familiar names, so it's always fun. It's always fun to
know. Karen's even cooking her dinner and watching you.
Oh, she's got a good setup, something set up so she can stream in the kitchen. That's brilliant.
Look at this. I love the new TierraCast components. Very special, the Sacred Heart button. The Sacred Heart button was my very favorite thing when I first saw it. I just absolutely fell in love with it. I can't wait to
do anticipate that one will be maybe not the runaway favorite of the group because there's some really good components, but we knew that the Sacred Heart would be a popular one.
I also think the post earrings and the links that go with them.
Yes, the little I'm looking down because I'm kind of rearranging all those parts so that if we do decide you want me to show them, they'll be tight.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to start with some parts over here, Tracy, that are a little bit older in your product line, but still beautiful. And I decided when I picked some things from your new product line that I had some spaces that I wanted to fill in so that I was sort of incorporating faith across the board. And so here are some things that I picked up that TierraCast has made for years. That I thought were just really, really gorgeous. And so these went live on the website today too.
Oh, that's wonderful. Those little Buddha charms are very popular. And of course, the Star of David charms are as well.
Look at these guys.
Those are the sweetest. A little Ganesh. All of those are just favorites of mine. I love them all.
I love those too. And then Kristen's been eyeing these Buddhas. I wouldn't doubt that she's putting in her order. Right now.
Well, I should tell her too. I mean, you guys may not have brought the bigger one in, but there's also a pendant that's got like a circle around it, which is really nice.
Oh, I think I missed that. We might have to add that one. And then there's some little Star of David charms and a pendant, which I thought was super nice. It's a nice size mix. And then
we had a size right in between. Those ones are perfect, but I almost wish we had a size right in between.
Yeah, probably do need like one right in between. That might be like one of your mini fill in the spot launches.
Maybe, yeah.
And then I thought these were just fantastic too. I think they're so
Those
pretty.
are Ashtamangalas, also known as the 8 signs, and it's a Hindu background, and I'm really not that knowledgeable about what all the symbology is, but they're gorgeous.
They're really, really pretty. So I was excited to get a little bit of those things. I haven't gotten all the new stuff yet because it's just getting out. Like this literally just launched Wednesday?
We launched it on Monday.
On Monday. So, well, we were able to launch it starting Wednesday.
Yeah, right. We launched it on Monday with instructions to our customers. We'd like to give ourselves a day ahead of them, so that our launch can get a little bit of play before all of our customers launch it. Because yeah. So,
totally. Well, it's very exciting. I'm going to use some of these things today. Here's my Wonderland kit. I'll be opening this next week. If you want to join me, go grab your kit now.
I love your sticker. That's
Isn't
one of my
it
favorites. Yeah.
This is how I feel this week. We're all around here. Like we really have no idea what's happening. It's been one of those weeks for sure. I have my leftovers for Chocolate Kiss out. We have a Chocolate Kiss trio. And if you're on the website, please notice that when you buy a trio this week, you get the second one 50% off. And we added the one that we made together on Wednesday. So we're calling this the VIB Fan Favorite Trio.
Did you just make that trio? That's lovely.
We did. Yeah, I think the Galentine's event that we did had these two colors.
Uh-huh.
So I was asking everyone what third color I could put with it, and they decided on the turquoise. And then I was like, well, this just needs to be a trio we sell now. It's
right.
So we added it today. If you want to grab that trio, you can do that now. All right, let me flip over to you, Tracy, and we'll see you open the kit and get you going. Okay?
Switch my camera down to my work surface.
All right, here it is.
So yes, this is as you mentioned, a package was sent, but it was the wrong package, and so I got a big package full of new beading wire, which is lovely, but I was like, I'm not sure this is what Sarah meant to send me. So I sent her an email and she said, oh yeah, whoops. So this has been sitting on my workbench and I've been just so good about not opening it. So I'm excited to do that now.
I think I meant to send you the big bundle of wire. It's just, we got confused that we were sending this to you as well.
Oh, so I can actually use some wire if I want from that bundle that you just
sent. It's all yours.
And it's a bunch. It's a bunch.
Oh, look at that. It was very generous.
Well, yes, absolutely. But you can't have too much wire, I don't think.
No.
All right.
And not when it's like a lot of colors too to choose.
This is some gorgeous stuff. And now, Sarah and I were talking before we went live about the best way to do a beading party. Should I really plan in advance, or should I really be surprised and design on the fly? And I do like to do that. But I forget once I actually am in that situation and open up the parts, then I'm like, ah.
I know. Yeah. She said, should I have opened it? And I said, I kind of leave it up to everybody to decide what their comfort level is.
Yeah.
Some people really like to plan. Others are okay with making it work.
Right. Well, it's a pretty palette. Love all the red and the pink and there's warm reds and cool reds, and it's just a really nice combo.
Thank you. Yeah, we were going for a chocolate box.
I
guess a box of chocolates is a better way to say it.
Look at this. This is gorgeous.
Yeah, that's fossil coral.
Wow.
Be nice.
And I've got ear wires. A little clasp.
I did want to update everybody that the Viva Magenta Tucson collection is shipping next week, and it does include some TierraCast parts from their very brand new collection. So be watching for that. Maybe the week after it should start popping up at your house. Look at that.
I know. This is very fun. Goodness sakes.
It's like a disco ball.
Yeah. And we have a
Let's see,
button.
Rosanna said her favorite parts were the pink hearts and the fossil coral.
I think I need this chocolate now.
You need to pump yourself up.
Yes.
Jody said she can't wait for the kits and opens them immediately. She's like a little kid at Christmas. I love that. I love thinking of you guys opening, like getting excited when our box gets there and opening it and just loving what you see.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, I'm talking around chocolate now.
You eat chocolate. Mm-hmm. Sue says it's going to feel like Christmas getting the Tucson box. Very good. Well, I'm going to give you a minute to sort your beads and think about it. Does that sound good?
Yeah, I'm just now starting to move things around, and that's always a very positive sign that something might actually happen
at some point, right?
Right.
I was just playing around with my leftovers here and thinking that this little brown bead would be so pretty with the little Ganesh charms.
Oh, that's lovely. So is that from a previous kit, Sarah?
The brown beads were in the bead strand that matched this kit.
Oh.
A mishmash of all the leftovers.
Right.
From this product line. Because I've been making with it for a month now.
Right.
I've had plenty of time with it.
Yeah, to ponder.
Yeah. So I'm thinking I'm going to grab my 22 gauge craft wire in the gold, make a little link. I got to get the right tools out though. So everybody look over, go over to the website if you can in a second browser window and tell me what your favorite new item is that you see on our homepage. I want to know what your favorite item is. Or if you've already been perusing TierraCast and what's going on with them, maybe you already know what your new favorite item is. I think mine has to be that Sacred Heart button. I really love TierraCast buttons though. I'm kind of a sucker for your button line.
I do love the buttons myself. And, you know, as anybody who watches my demos knows, I really love to use buttons for earrings. So,
I don't think I've ever really done that. You have a really smart way of like making them sit up straight, or?
Yeah, it's usually, in most of my designs, it's usually they're kind of suspended from the shank with two jump rings. And as long as there's some weight hanging from that bottom jump ring, then it will do what it needs to do. Yeah.
That's smart. Yeah, those are very cute. That's a very cute idea that I should probably do a reel for. My favorite button is that celestial button. I use that thing.
Oh, with the little crystal in it?
Oh my gosh, I use that thing all the time. It goes with everything. At least I've talked myself into believing that. It goes with everything.
Well, you know, you're the one that gets to decide what you wear. So if you think it goes with everything, then
I love it. Yeah, I love everything. But I don't know the Sacred Heart button. I also like the Longhorn button.
That one is, I was going to say my favorite, but I always do that. I'll say something's my favorite, and then I think about something else, and I go, no, this one's my favorite. But that one is just so unique. I love that one.
Yeah, I had a real obsession with that one for a while. I have a feeling Sacred Heart might be taking over for now.
Oh, for a minute. For a minute.
Right?
Well, this is fun. I have a little earring design kind of coming
Oh,
together.
okay. Well, I will come back to you. I'm
Excited
just
about that.
linky here. And there we go. Easy peasy. I'll find a little easier for it.
Sarah is, you're much more probably facile with using the beading wire in very different ways. So I have a feeling I'm going to be winging it here a little bit.
It'll work. And if it doesn't, we all learn something along the way. That's how I always do it.
I like that. Very confident it'll work, though. That was kind of nice. Thank you. Thank you for that.
I'm manifesting it for you. It will. I have faith. It will work.
We decided to call the line "Keep the Faith," but "Have Faith" was a strong contender too. We had
faith. I love that. Well, it's a really pretty line. I hope everybody was really excited to see it in Tucson, and
response was very, very good.
Awesome. Did you have a nice time in Tucson? Did you?
We were participating in a wholesale show, and the days were, because it was a wholesale show, we made a very conscious decision to kind of have extra hours in the morning and the evening, because so many of our customers have booths at shows. So we needed to be able to give them time to get to us.
That makes a lot of sense.
Oh, that would work. Sorry, I'm designing and talking at the same time. There will always be pauses for thinking. So they ended up, of course, because of that being very long days. But also for that reason, we're like, okay, if we're going to do these long days, we're only going to do the show for 2 days. So it's 2 incredibly long days, as well as, there's always the pack up day and setup day and pack up day. So, we really, despite all the long days and hard work, we really had a great time. It's the first time I've been to Tucson since COVID. So it was just so wonderful to see people. It was like, wow, I remember this. This is fun.
No, I know. I felt that way too.
That's right.
Okay, you were
there with the whole family.
Yes, I was there with my family. So that was hectic.
Yeah, I'll
that
bet.
Was too hectic.
But fun, I hope. You guys all have fun.
It was really exciting to come home and hear what they did, and not have, sometimes when you're a mom and you're away, it's very hard in the evening when you call your kids and they're sad because they miss you. You have to deal with that part of it, which I do.
Nice. And what an adventure. What an adventure for the kids.
Yeah, they loved it. And of course, they got to see their grandparents and their cousins in Phoenix. So that's a big deal for them, too. Yep. All in all, it was a very good trip. We didn't get sick, so I was super excited about that.
That's always a bonus. I just realized that I'm back on the screen, so I'll make sure I'm working kind of in a more centered fashion so you guys can see what I'm doing.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I should have told you. I got excited when you said you were making an earring, and I went for it right to your screen.
Let's see how it comes together.
I bet it'll be beautiful. I'm excited to see it.
I want those there.
So we're going to have Tracy back on next month, and we'll have specifically a show just about the new collection. And that's going to be a lot of fun too. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, we'll be able to talk about it a little bit more in depth. And of course, when we do a product launch, I do a lot of jewelry, and then we use that for our marketing imagery, and we put the projects on the website so that people have inspiration to access using the new parts. So we can talk about those too if you want and show them. Although in a month they'll be like old news. I don't know how interested people will be, but we can show them anyway.
Oh, it won't be old. Don't worry. Okay, let's see. We're gonna look at what people's favorites are. Okay. Marisol loves the Sacred Heart pendants, and she wants one in every finish. We like
Nice.
Julie likes the Reina earring posts, which I agree are fantastic.
Mhm.
So glad that I ordered them. Also, Jody really likes the Reina earring posts and link. She especially loves the post earrings since it will be easy to dangle beads from them. And we don't really have a lot of posts. I don't think we've had any posts right now. So that'll be a nice option on our website for sure. Also, Sherry likes the Reina links and the Celtic cross.
Mm-hmm. And when something interesting about that cross is that it's actually an old part. It was made probably it was made and never released. So it's been probably decades. I'm having a bead hole struggle here, but I'm gonna make it work.
Okay, do it.
So when Kirsten, our product development manager, was looking for crosses, she went looking through the archives because that is always, our company's been in business for 45 years, like you guys. So she went looking through the archives. There's always lots of good stuff in there, whether it's been released to the public or not. And she found this cross that had never been included in the catalog. And she said, "This is beautiful, and I'm going to include this one." So it's actually an old one that was never released. So that's kind of fun. A little bit of the TierraCast history there.
So neat. Yeah, I recently found out from TierraCast that we can even maybe make some of the older parts. So
yes,
if you have an older part that you used to just love and you never see it anymore, make sure you drop me an email and I'll see about maybe picking it up.
If it's something that has good sales potential, because it could be well worth it.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of stuff goes in and out of the trends, so it may have taken a little bit of a nosedive for a while and then it, will be great now, but nobody's thought of it to go back and make it again. So we also have Maria saying she loves the Sacred Heart button and the Reina earring pose. And Sue loves the Ganesh charm. It's her favorite. And Kathy really likes the earring pose. Becky loves the hoops and the doves. I love the peace doves too. Those were really pretty.
Yeah. You know what was kind of the hit? Of course, we took a lot of these parts down to Tucson with us for the customers that came to visit us. We set up projects for them to play with. And the 5-to-1 link, the cathedral link, that's this one. Really kind of almost the most popular component.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I got that one.
Except for the Sacred Heart. That Sacred Heart. Yeah. Well, chandelier earrings are kind of popular right now. So, and we've had 5-to-1 kind of chandelier type components before, but we really needed something fresh. So I think other people must be feeling the same way because it was really very, very popular down there.
Oh, cool. Well, I'll have to take a second look at it. I see Raina says that she has to get all the Raina parts for sure.
Oh, that's awesome. That's brilliant that she's got the same name.
I know. It's just made for her. And then Carmen says she loves the Ganesh and the Buddha charms. I know Kristen's been digging the Buddha charm. She also says she likes the 8 signs pendant. And Rosanna says she thinks that chandelier is really pretty. So maybe we'll add that on our next.
Might have to.
I was like, I better put in a follow-up order today because I know how this goes. You guys launch and then everyone just buys it all up like crazy. And then I'm like, wait, I can't. I need to get more.
That's good to know. We like to hear that.
Right. Not a bad problem for sure.
Yeah.
So
I'm just really wanting all of these beads to have holes that'll fit 2 passes. I'm just kind of insisting on it here.
You seem to be doing a good job with it.
Yeah.
Do you guys see this little technique she's using with the chain nose pliers to get the wire to pass through? I feel like that's a thing that a lot of people probably don't necessarily know they can do. Marisol, we're carrying most of the new TierraCast line. We typically don't get the entire thing. I usually just pick a few things. In this case,
curated.
Yeah, curated. I wanted to grab some things from their older collection as well. And so it's a lot of new items. Maybe Kristen can chime in how many new items we added today. So I know she worked very hard on that. It was a big push to get all those new items today.
Oh my goodness. All right, let's try this again. See if I can make it do what I want it to.
14 new items, and most of those items are in multiple metal tones. So it's actually
probably like doing a product launch.
It is. Yeah, it's probably like 14 times, at least 2, in some cases, maybe 3. So, you know, it's a lot. It's a lot of items. You have an individual item number for each one. You got to have them all ready to go, ready to be packaged, and a place in the warehouse. So
it's like a product launch for us. You know, it was only 12 components with multiple finishes, of course. But it's just a lot of work. So I guess I never really thought of it this way, but a product launch for us is like a product launch for you guys too.
It absolutely is. Yeah.
And
we're not physically making it. We're not physically making it, but we still have a lot to do on our end. Thing comes in. But we're so excited to be able to have a lot of the components because I think they're beautiful. I think they're timely. And I think they're going to be really popular across the board. So
I hope so.
I think so.
So you guys will notice that I'm really kind of coaxing and trying to make this 2 passes and through 1 bead happen. And what I'm kind of happy about, when I started, I cut myself a kind of a long piece of wire, which is good because I'm needing to fuss with it and I'm needing to trim it off if it gets a little kind of soft and mushy. So that was good that I cut myself extra wire. And I may have to abandon this if I can't get it to go through then.
Okay, Maria. I will add the cathedral toggle. Everyone's going to roll their eyes at me next week when the new TierraCast order comes in and there's another 10 items. Sorry.
You know what's awesome though is like you're responding directly to what your customers are asking for. So that's
the truth, right? Just like the trio that we chose on Wednesday and it's up today for sale. You guys are important to us. And even though we got a lot going on over here, we'll make it happen.
Okay, check this out, you guys.
We did it. Look at that. I love how those table cut beads look together.
I'm liking it.
That's so pretty. That would make a good pendant, like in the center.
Uh-huh.
I know you're doing an earring.
Well, and considering the fussing and the coaxing I'm having to do, it may be a pendant. I may get tired of
crimp right to that top if you wanted to.
Say that again.
I said you could crimp a longer wire right to that top if you wanted to.
Yeah.
So there's options.
Uh-huh.
I see that Joyce is here. She said that's an awesome use of table cut beads. Joyce, just beat it.
Hello, Joyce.
I'm meeting with Joyce on Monday, and I'm so excited to give her a big hug.
Oh, like in person? You guys are actually going to see each other in person?
Yeah, we
Nice.
live just across the water from each other, so we're not.
Yeah. Joyce came up here, I think it was in December, and we had a little beading party, and it was so fun.
Oh, she's the best.
Yeah.
She says, "Hello, my favorite gals."
Oh, sweet.
Sending you a big hug. See you Monday. Jeanette says, "This is looking amazing. It looks great."
Okay. I think you might be really onto something, Sarah. I think it's going to turn into
It looks like
pendant.
a really nice center for a necklace.
That's what I'm thinking. So now, did you say that I could actually just connect pieces of wire with the crimp beads to make it longer?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what
You
you were?
can connect anywhere you want. So you could put beads on and then connect at the top of the beads. You could connect at the bottom and trim the
And I
extra.
like that idea because I like the idea of it being kind of a station necklace where there's little spots of color
Mm-hmm.
along
You can do that too.
these
For
little
sure.
red and gold ones are pretty, but I don't think they're going to make it into this design.
Oh, I love those red and gold flowers. Yeah, but I can see what you mean with this particular design. It may not work. I found the hearts and the flowers a little hard to work together because they're very bold shapes and colors.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and I could work some of the table cut beads a little further along too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this has a lot of potential. I'm liking it.
I like it too. It's looking great. I'm really excited about little earrings over here. I did just a simple earring, but I'm happy. That's all I need for today.
Okay.
Although this purple would probably look really pretty with this Buddha. Kristen says she's just loving this design. This is right up your alley, Kristen. I feel like this is your design aesthetic, especially that nice centerpiece there.
Okay, that's going to work there. All right. So now if Sarah, if I'm understanding this, I'm just going to crimp this together.
Wherever you want. You can't put a bead over the crimp, so you want to put the crimp where you're good with it.
Right. And then the trick will be putting it in the exact same place on the other side.
Yes, that's always the trick. When you're working symmetrically, that's always the
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, there's so pretty things in this.
And as many times, I mean, I've come on and beaded with you on one of your live streams a few times, and I think I'm finally getting a little better at the magic crimpers.
Oh, good.
I would struggle with these.
I know. Practice helps.
I don't think they're perfect. They're probably not as pretty as they're supposed to be, but if they're holding, then that's the important thing.
It's really, you really got to dig in the center of the crimping plier to get it just right. And it takes a while to get used to what it's supposed to feel like. But once you get it, you're like, oh, I can feel it.
That makes sense. Yeah.
But yeah, the first few times is always, and then if you're out of practice, you don't use them very often.
Mm-hmm.
I think that can be tricky too. Sarah says, this is so pretty.
Thank you.
Are most of you out there who have this kit done making with it? Have you posted all of your designs into the VIB group? I believe Monday is the deadline to post your designs to enter to win our next kit. So make sure you get them posted.
Yeah, that'll work.
Did it work?
I think so.
Yay. Yeah, you can always make interconnections using crimp. So even when you make a mistake, like you cut the wire,
Right.
that's not what I wanted to do. You can always add a new wire as long as you're using a good quality crimp and crimping properly, it's easy to add on.
Oh, no, I almost missed a bead.
Rosanna did a lot of YouTube videos with this kit, so make sure you're checking out her YouTube channel. And let's see, Robin said she used every single bead in this kit.
What?
That's a challenge. Good job, Robin.
I don't know. She might be an overachiever.
Carmen is really loving your necklace. Who could blame her? So tonight I'm picking up my husband and we're going into the city to see one of his favorite authors, whose name, of course, is me.
Who?
I don't know who the author is.
Oh.
Unfortunately, I'll post it, I'm sure, on Facebook. But I'm excited just to get out of the house. And
you guys, Sarah and I are friends on Facebook, so you guys have good dates.
We try to, yeah.
Really good.
We're really fortunate that my mom lives with us, and we kind of fully take advantage of that we can have time to ourselves too.
And she needs quality one-on-one time with the grandkids. So, you're doing her a favor, really.
Yeah. They all really enjoy it because they do a movie pizza night. So
fun.
She has this even though she lives here, they live here, but they do this blow up bed on nights when we go out of town.
Oh, fun.
Town, I should say. And so it's always like a fun night for them too.
A slumber party, yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Fun.
So it's slumber party night at the Ayler house.
Okay.
And I feel so fortunate to live by San Francisco, where there is so much to see and do.
All the time, right. And Oakland too.
And Oakland and Berkeley. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A lot going on. So.
And just great restaurants all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah. My husband works in Berkeley, so I'm picking him up and then we're going to go to dinner there. And then go to the city from there.
Okay. This needs another little gold bead. I have all my lights on, but it's still, I feel like I'm struggling to see.
That can be hard when you're beading.
Okay, so look how close I am. And it just really, if I want to stay with this kind of simple approach, I don't want to keep adding stuff.
No, I think it's great.
Yeah. Oh, you did include there's a little lobster clasp in here.
I feel like there's a button too, a TierraCast button.
There is a button.
Does that work for you?
I'm just not sure. Oh, this is now that I think about it, I haven't included any TierraCast product. I got so wrapped up in the pretty beads that I just didn't even think about adding any TierraCast stuff.
Yeah, so TierraCast too.
But look, it would have been so pretty to incorporate some of these little Raina links.
Oh,
Right?
pretty.
Well, I did what I did. I can't go back. I mean, I could, but
Yeah.
but I'm a little intrigued by this idea. You can tell. I'm
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that would be pretty tough.
So, well, you know what? I think I'm just going to have to content myself with finishing it with the button.
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, we feel so fortunate that we are able to include your products in our kits so often. And it's so nice that you're close by. So when we last minute need like just a little special item to add, you're usually on our list.
Oh, that's great.
And I know our customers all really like the little TierraCast parts that we put in the kits too, like this beautiful button. It's really pretty. I'm over here making a little Buddha drop necklace using the Wonderland bead strand, and it's super cute.
I think maybe I can still work in this Raina link. I think I'm going to add it next to the tassel. Tassel. I'm going to add it next to the tassel.
Okay.
Just to make a little more embellishment at the bottom of the necklace, maybe. We'll see. It's so funny. You know, I work with art components all the time. So I just got very distracted by all the other sparkly
All the
stuff.
shiny beads.
Uh-huh.
It happens.
Uh-huh.
It's so cute. Those links are so cute. I have a feeling those are going to sell out really quickly.
Yeah, they're lovely to work with. I did some really nice kind of linking them with gemstones, interspersed with gemstones.
Mm-hmm.
I have one. Where is it? It's within reach. I did a couple of those. Where I just used it as the body of the bracelet, and I just, I know, isn't this amethyst the juiciest thing you've ever seen?
Mm-hmm.
So they're really, they're beautiful they're not overwhelming. They're big enough to really create some nice visual interest, but they don't have to take over the design depending on what you put them with, So that little bracelet might be one of the favorite things I did with the new parts.
Well, I noticed they're a little bigger than I think I even thought they were, which is great. They're a nice size.
I think that, the size was determined by the earring post because they're the same size. And Kirsten just wanted to use the same component. So
that makes
they're
sense.
the same size. So the earring post is probably what determined that.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Instead of recreating.
Exactly.
Right. Well, she did a great job. She's a very good designer.
She is.
Like to see what she comes up with.
So what I'm doing is I'm using these little tiny faceted gold beads, which are so pretty. And that's going to be my button loop. It's going to have this necklace is simple, but it's going to have a really fancy button loop. Don't you think?
Yeah, no, that looks great. I love those little tiny gold ones. I used those a lot in my first design. So I went right for those.
Yeah.
Robin said, well, another order from me for Softlex will bite the dust. Thank you, Robin. Jane really loves your necklace. And
even though it doesn't have any TierraCast.
Says here, well made and beautiful quality.
Thank you. You know, that's totally what we aim for right there.
Joyce really likes your gold bead button loop. It's looking great. Lynn showed up late, but she'll watch on the replay. Thank you, Lynn. And it is a beautiful necklace. Wait till you see the front of it because it's a little, she's working on the back end now, but yeah, it's really pretty.
Mm-hmm. I like it. I am still toying with what I'm going to put down here at the bottom, but
Yeah,
one thing at a time.
right.
If I don't put a closure on it, it doesn't matter what I put on the front or what I put on the bottom.
Right. Well, happy Friday, everybody.
Yes, indeed. All right, that'll do, I think.
No one's happier than me that it's Friday this week.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, and it's, you know, my children are grown and I don't have kids in school, but boy, it's like you got a double whammy, work and school. So heck yeah, you're happy it's Friday.
Yeah.
You're probably a smart mom, and since you homeschool your kids, you don't give them homework on the weekend, right?
No, not unless it's fun, like we're going to the science center.
Field trip or something.
Or a play. Yeah. Yeah, no homework and reading. You know, they should always be reading, but that's a whole other thing.
That's not homework, that's lifestyle.
Exactly. That's just fun.
Mm-hmm.
That looks really good.
It's coming along.
Yeah, I love it. If you haven't used one of the TierraCast buttons as a closure before, I highly suggest trying it. They're really beautiful closures. We have a few of their buttons on our website, and I use them a lot for button closures. They're easy to put on and take off.
Mm-hmm.
Look good. They handle well, you know, like they don't wear out. They're really, really lovely.
Okay.
Oh, good. Jody said she just ordered some of the new TierraCast and the VIB fan favorite trio. I love that. Happy Friday. See lots of happy Fridays. Exactly, Maria. Maria says reading isn't homework, it's a field trip.
Yeah, that too.
So true. Yeah, I don't know what'll happen next year, if they'll continue doing school at home or if we're ready to shift to regular school. Either way, it's tricky, you know, because going back means getting up early and getting them out the door very early. And
yeah, sure does.
That's difficult all in itself.
My daughter is 28 and she has a stepson. And you know, my kids went to a charter school. So it was a cooperative. So parents were very active in the school. And it was a small community, and it was really wonderful for us parents, but kids are kids. They don't necessarily appreciate it. But now she's a stepmom, and they're dealing with having their son back in school for the first time since COVID too this year. And I think they're really struggling with the school itself and the communication and the this and the that. And she actually said to me the other day, I miss the charter school. And I was like, oh my God. Oh my God, wow. I don't think she realized how significant of a statement that was, but it was sure significant to me.
Right.
I actually shared it with our Facebook group. I'm like, you guys, my daughter just said she misses the charter school. And it's closed down. You know, they had to close the school a few years ago after my kids were out of it, but they had to close it down. Couldn't find a permanent site, all kinds of other things. So another thing she said was if the charter school was still around, I would enroll Abijah in a heartbeat. And I was like, wow. I had to share that with everybody because there's a great community. So, you know, if you find the right school, it could be good.
Yeah, no, totally. Yeah, I agree. It's a lot of it for us has been the early mornings are difficult. We're not an early morning family. And then also the lack of communication from our school and our district is not great. The teachers are fantastic. We had great teachers there. They were wonderful, and I miss that, but oh no. I'm torn.
Yeah, you'll have to decide.
One of these days we'll figure it out. Yeah, Kristen always talks about how her kids actually chose 2 different schools. So one went to a smaller private charter school and one went to a public school. So they're like, she says they're like social experiments, like how they turn out. But they're just different personalities too, you know, like each kid needs different things.
It's true. It is very, very true.
And I don't know. That makes it tricky too. It's not learning isn't one size fits all. You know, all kids are different.
Sure.
Look how cute that is.
Look, I worked in a TierraCast component, so
you did it.
Yay me.
And that little, I think it's called an Amore button.
The what part?
The button from the kit. Is it the Amore?
Yeah. That's sweet.
I love how it reflects the heart in the front of the necklace. It's really pretty.
I like that.
Maria thinks it's fabulous.
Hey, thank you, Maria.
And Robin's really loving it.
Huh.
We have the best community here at Soft Looks Company. Everybody is always so encouraging and supportive. I always feel really grateful all of you guys are here watching and always saying kind things. Oh, good. Bridget received her kit today. Perfect timing. Right in time for the weekend. Oh, and Susan says she loves watching you create, Tracy.
Oh, thank you.
Tracy has a beautiful creative mind.
Oh, thank you.
And Kristen's really liking that you chose the illusion style.
Yes. I said station necklace earlier, but that was really what I meant was the illusion style. Now my trick is encouraging the pieces at the bottom to kind of hang
a little
together.
Too small at the bottom or something, maybe.
I don't think I gave myself quite as much room with this loop here as I could have. If I had made this loop here.
You didn't plan to have more than one thing here.
I'm totally designing on the fly. And so, yeah, it looks okay. But if I had been really planning ahead, I might have made this loop a bit bigger, and so it would have more room for the dangly stuff to have.
That's true. Yeah, but it does look good. Really, really.
Now there's a lot of these little tassels. I could just be really silly and cut one off and hang stuff from jump rings, but that feels very wasteful, so I don't think I'll do that. I'm gonna just destroy a component because it didn't quite do what I wanted it to.
Oh, I would. I would just. Oh yeah.
Cut that thing off.
Make it how I wanted to enjoy the design fully, I would probably just cut it.
Oh, okay, I'll do it. Oh,
Let's see what it
you're
looks
right. I will
without
be
it.
happier. I will be happier if it's
You'll
if
be
it's hanging.
happier. Yeah, why not?
If it lies or lays, whatever the
How
form.
does it look with just that, with no tassel?
Possibly fine, but I did like the tassel.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe the tassel at the
That is
very
pretty. That is pretty just by
That's
itself.
so pretty.
I don't know. We could have
Gonna
a
go
vote.
with it. I'm gonna start using that link on everything.
Maybe I'll add the tassel down here to the bottom. That's what I'll do. That's going to make everything better.
I love, my favorite thing about my community that comes to watch our live videos is they always are quick with lots of ideas for how you can fix it. Because I do design on the fly. So they're often seeing me in these moments where I'm like, oh, that's not quite how I want it.
They're like supportive design, your design support system.
They are. It's like having a think tank with you where they're like, oh, you could do this and you could do that.
Well, and that's, people come up with great ideas. You you can't think of everything yourself. So,
Yep.
that little bit of help from a different set of eyes,
I agree. Yeah. Oh, that looks so pretty.
I am liking it very much.
Really nice. Lots of comments about it. Looks great. It's beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Lynn's agreeing that just cut it off. If you don't like it, cut it off. I did it.
Right. You're going to do it anyway later. Just do it now.
Well, it's important to model that is okay to do, right?
Yes. Yeah. No, it's all work in progress. Something doesn't work, take it apart, remake it, change it up.
I'm doing another variation of that little beaded dangle because I think I like that it might be a little bit longer.
Okay. I'm excited to see it. Do you just have it memorized, like how far away to be from the end to make your loop?
Say that again?
Well, I noticed when you're making a loop, you just trim it and then make your circle.
I do.
You just have it sort of memorized how far.
Exactly. I mean, there are different ways of doing that. You often see people they roll it and then trim it. But I tend to do it this way, and I know by now how much length is going to give me what size loop I want. Mostly, unless I'm doing something different where I need a loop that's either larger or smaller than I normally, then
Right.
I'll maybe work a little more. Well, I'm confusing myself. I don't think I had this hung here. I think I had it hung down by the tassel, right? Right.
Yes.
Let's go back. But yeah, you're right. For the normal size loops that I make, I know kind of right where to cut. Some people put a Sharpie mark on their brown nose pliers too, so that whatever the loop is, the size that they usually work with, they'll put a mark on their Sharpie. I mean,
yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say.
Right.
A Sharpie mark on the pliers so they know right where to grab and roll.
Right. Cool. Well, that looks really fun.
I like it. I'm very pleased.
I like it too. Good making on the fly.
Thank you. And I chose not to. I did this intentionally. I didn't put, this is a crimp bead down here, but this is just one of those little gold nugget beads because I liked the idea that these would slide around a little bit of movement.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to crimp them up there.
It looks good. Well, I would love to, if you have just a few more minutes before you have to go, if you could show us any of the new parts that you have just handy there.
I sure can. I kind of put them on the mat so that, I mean, you've picked up so many of them. I
I did pick up a lot of them.
I think that most of them, I'm pulling up.
I think everything but the cathedral, that the cathedral clasp and link that I'm now hearing I need to add.
Oh, customers know best, right?
They do. Yes, the customer is always right.
Yes, okay. So these are, like she was saying, we were saying earlier, these are the cathedral 5-to-1, 5-to-1 links, and they make really amazing. I'm going to show some of the earrings I made with those, Sarah, because they're pretty fun. Where's the other ones?
Those are amazing.
Yeah. Oh, and then this was super fun because I filled the center of the link with some resin and made like a little stained glass kind of thing. So, that's an interesting thing that you might not think about with a link like this, is that's an opening. You can play with mixed media in there. And then this one,
what does it look like? I got to see this stained glass thing a little closer. What?
Yeah.
Did you just put tape on
it? Say that again?
Did you put tape on the back?
Yes. Yeah, I put tape on the back.
Oh, it's so neat.
And then poured, I used a dimensional adhesive called Diamond Glaze. There's other dimensional adhesives out there that would work.
I've used that before.
I tinted it with a little bit of, the company Vintage has what they call ultimate paint, which is for painting. Yeah, and they also have ultimate stain. So I used that because I wanted it to be kind of translucent. So I just mixed a little of that in there, and then I let it dry overnight. And then I used just a fine tip Sharpie to kind of make a little leaded glass pattern.
Wow.
And I was really happy with the way they turned out. I think in a perfect world, I would use a 2-part epoxy resin for that. But I'm going to work on the technique a little more because eventually I will put these as an inspiration project on our website. And I need to finesse the materials a little bit more before I attempt to write those. But it was really fun and very surprising thing to do, with it. But they're also great. They're also great naked. They don't need stuff inside. And these are fun with a little bit of suede lace down here at the bottom.
I will have these cathedral parts by the time Tracy comes back again. Okay.
And then the
rest I can try to use when you come back next time. We'll focus on the cathedral parts since those.
Yeah, and I think that you probably picked up everything else, so you guys can see all
a lot of things. Yes. I really love those Sacred Heart pendants. Look at that peace dove, you guys, in the top corner. And then, of course, on the bottom, the crucifixes. If you make rosaries, which I have a lot of customers out there that make rosaries using Softflex beading wire and Softflex craft wire, those are a perfect component. Really, really good.
Now, do you carry a centerpiece type of component that will work for rosaries?
I don't have one yet. Do you guys have one of those?
We have a couple. I mean, initially, when we were developing this design, we wanted to add a centerpiece, which is basically a 2-to-1 link. We wanted to add one, but it couldn't quite get that one pulled together. But since we already had a couple of pieces in our line that worked for that, we weren't too worried about it. So this one is what we call our Rose Trinity, and you can see it's just a 2-to-1. And then we also have another one called Our Lady, 2-to-1 link. So they both are perfect as a centerpiece for a rosary.
Yeah, we might have to get those too with the cathedral products. Because I know for a fact we have lots of people making rosaries with Softlex because it's so indestructible. And so it's really
Mhm.
good for things like like rosaries and malas and prayer
Mhm.
beads kind. It works really well. So I think there's definitely some customers that will like it.
Yeah. So
Well,
I'm
Bridget
sure.
says she makes rosaries for a living. I
Oh,
believe
there
it.
you go. I hope that these parts will work well for you, Bridget. Um, so you want to see the Sacred Heart button earrings?
Yes.
See,
Look
these
at
were when I was working with the designs. Kirsten's like, "Well, what about earrings with the buttons?" And I was like, "She's like, Sacred Heart earrings. They have to be red." And I was like, "Okay." And these came together so easily. I used Softlex 20 gauge wire for the hoop,
Mhm.
and I just made little hooks. I don't know how well if you can see this.
Yeah. Yep.
Uh,
It's
just
a
kind of a
little hard.
little hook
Yeah.
thing, made a hoop and hooked it to the button shank. And so remember at the beginning of our live stream, we were talking about using buttons as earrings and how if there's enough weight hanging at the bottom and then you just use a jump ring at the top, it'll hang. So
Look
so
at that.
these were the funnest earrings I think I did for the group. So and it's got
Kristen's shopping your table too.
what's that?
Kristen's shopping your table too.
Oh, good.
She
Good,
says
good.
we need to bring the Milagro charms in too.
They're sweet little charms, and they go really nicely with the Sacred Heart, the new Sacred Heart pieces. Yeah, we've had those ones for a long time.
Oh goodness, we're gonna have a million new TierraCast items this spring.
Well, that works for us, so we appreciate
Right?
that.
That's the goal.
Yeah, thanks, Sarah.
Rosanna says she makes some rosaries too. Yes, I know a lot of you do. I know there's even been some folks that have made YouTube videos about making rosaries with Softlex. So yeah, I think it's a nice fit.
I'm curious. You can make a rosary, you can string it, or you can wire wrap it. I'm just wondering who likes to do what, I think.
Yeah. Do
This
you prefer to make it with like a craft wire or sterling or gold filled wire, or do you prefer to use a beading wire?
This one I did, of course, it's a wire wrapped one, but I've also done strung ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the
Yeah.
wire wrapping is fun. I love that technique, but that's a lot of beads. So it can get a little bit tedious. But yeah, I like wire wrapping them.
Anne says that you always give great inspiration.
Oh, thank you.
I agree.
So
And I always like being with you because you have such a calm spirit too.
oh, thank you. I try. I want to see what you did. I don't think we've seen what you
Yeah, I got all carried
There we
away watching it.
Look at the little Ganesh earrings. They're adorable.
They're super cute. And did you guys see the back of this charm? Look at the little
His little butt. I love it.
It's so cute. So we
And
got those.
so funny.
And then I was playing around with the Wonderland bead strands. I don't know if we have any of them left. They're gorgeous, but I think we might have done a promotion with them. So they might be all gone, but I took mine apart and added this sweet little Buddha at the bottom.
That pendant came out gorgeous.
It's so pretty. And then I just let it be what it was and hung it from some Softlex.
And you closed it off with the toggle. So that's really beautiful.
A maker's class. So I used plenty of TierraCast for both of us.
Yay, thank you.
I didn't forget the TierraCast part.
That's nice.
But I almost never do. I feel like I use it every single day because you guys have such great components and they intermix so well with our product.
I do love seeing, you were so great with content. So we're always seeing the projects that you put on the internets.
Yes. All right. I'm going to come back up to everything so that we can maybe say goodbye here. I feel like my family is getting wilder by the minute.
Mom, it's almost 5 o'clock. Come on.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, Tracy, thank you so much for being here today. I hope all of you will go to our website, softflexcompany.com, and check out all the new parts and pieces. I'll try to put in a reorder very soon. So if you see something that goes out of stock, don't worry. I will hopefully be reordering it. And TierraCast is in our neighborhood practically. They're in the same county. So we usually get things from them pretty quick. So it'll be back. Just keep checking back.
Yay.
Whenever there's a product launch, things can go really quickly.
Mhm.
Get your order in, but if it's gone, just be patient. It'll come back again.
Yeah, we're working hard. I mean, we did actually run out of 1 or 2 parts already, but the production team, they kind of anticipate that, and we'll have it restocked very soon. So
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I'm so glad you could spend time with us, and I'm looking forward to spending time with you again next month. And I'll do my best to get those cathedral parts in, and maybe we can make something with those.
Yeah, maybe we can work with those. That would be fun. They're really fun.
All right. Well, everybody have a fantastic weekend. I will see you on Tuesday for a live sale at 12 p.m. Pacific time. It's from Mike Sherman's private collection. You'll find it on our Facebook page, and it's 12 o'clock Pacific, so that's 3 p.m. Eastern. And take advantage of that trio sale that's going on the website over the weekend. Buy one, get one 50% off. So throw those in your cart along with all of that fantastic TierraCast that we showed you today. And also grab a Wonderland design kit too while you're at it. All right.
All right.
See
Thanks,
you
everyone.
guys
Thank you,
later.
Sarah.
Bye.
Bye.